Hello everybody, it's Dotpus from New Edibox, and welcome guys to your 27th HTML5 video tutorial. Now guys, you know that with my last tutorial I've started a new subject in HTML5, and that subject covers global attributes in HTML5. I've introduced you to a couple quite interesting attributes, that is access key and the class attribute. And note guys that these attributes can be used with any element in HTML5. Now guys, during this tutorial I'm going to introduce you to a couple more global attributes. And the first one that I want to introduce you to is the ID attribute, sorry guys. And the ID attribute, guys, gives your browser information on, let's say, what parameters to apply to a certain element in your website in order to be affected by ID attribute. I know this might sound a little bit difficult, guys, but believe me, it's quite simple and very basic attribute that we are going to be using in the future. So guys, let's go ahead and build something practical now. Now, guys, in my last tutorial, when I was introducing you to the class attribute, I've emphasized that the class attribute uses period as an identification sign. Now the ID attribute uses a hashtag sign for identification of the ID attribute. So let's go ahead and build something, guys. Now I'm going to build a simple ID attribute with some style formations. So guys, my paragraph, say I want my ID to affect a paragraph that I am going to be using in the body of my website. So guys, this would be the first thing that I would like to build. But nonetheless important is that we are telling our browser that we want the style to be affected, and the ID attribute should be entered in between the style tags. So guys, let's go ahead and give in some parameters for color, which I would like to be green, and then the text align attribute, text align parameter, sorry guys. And let's put it on the center, right? So guys, this would be the way, well, simplest way how you can build the information for your ID attribute. So guys, now what we have to do, we have to tell our browser that this is a simple paragraph. Let's put the closing tag for paragraph, and let's copy the entire row, and let's go ahead and enter the ID. Now that, guys, ID should be entered the same way that you have entered it in the head section. Now, since we entered it this way, my paragraph, and now the second paragraph, guys, will be affected by the style parameters that we have entered in my paragraph attribute. So guys, let's go ahead and run this part of a code, this bit of a code on our site, and see what we get. There you go, guys. You can see that the first paragraph is not affected by ID attribute, and the second paragraph, since we've entered that it should be affected by the ID attribute, it is printed in green and it is printed in the center of the website. of the screen otherwise. So guys, I hope you get the concept. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, but yet very useful. So guys, I just want to emphasize that the ID attribute goes in the head section of your document, and that all the information should go within the style tags. Guys, learn it, remember it, because the ID attribute is going to be very important in the future once we start building the website and once we start learning the CSS. So guys, that's about it for ID attribute during this video tutorial. Now guys, the next thing that I want to introduce you to, the next HTML5 attribute, that is content editable attribute. And now guys, you know that by default all of the content that you see on the website that you visit is not editable, but there is a way how to enter the information that your content on your website can be editable. And how to do that? It's pretty simple. You only have to put content editable and set the value to true. So content editable. Okay, it should be okay. So guys, now if I run this if I run this sentence on my website, it should allow me to correct this exact sentence editable sentence and few exclamation marks. It should allow me to edit that sentence on my screen. So let's go ahead and let's try to do that. So guys, you can see that it allows me to edit this text on my screen directly. Okay guys, so you can see quite a cool global attribute in HTML5 that allows us to let our user change the content on our website. Now guys, know that the content on our website can be editable, but it will be editable only for that time when the user visits the website, and we don't, this information and the content will not be affected, the original source of the content will not be affected if we let our user to edit the content on the website at the given moment. So don't worry, it's not going to save that. It's just going to provide well, a little bit more fun for the visitor of your website to be able to edit that content on your site. Now guys, since I still have a few minutes left, I'm going to introduce you to one more quite a cool attribute in HTML5, which is direction attribute. And guys, I've introduced you to direction attribute in my HTML4 tutorial, but since this is a new subject, I'm going to introduce you to it once more. So guys, what direction attribute does, it tells your browser that you can change the direction of the text, how it is displayed on your screen. Say guys, you have you want to just play a simple game with a visitor of your website and display your text not from left to right, but from right to left. It will just turn around your text and display it in a different direction. And how you can change that? That is quite simple. You just have to enter the direction attribute, put it in between the brackets, and tell your browser that you want to enter the text to be displayed from right to left. So entering the abbreviation RTL. So let's go ahead, save it, and let's go ahead and run it on our screen and see what we get. So guys, you can see, okay, this was not supposed to be happening. Left to right. No, everything's fine, but I'm just not getting why it's not. Okay, guys, you're witnessing a production malfunction. Oh no, everything's okay. It just changed the positioning of the text. Okay, guys, so I'm about done for this tutorial. I hope you learned some useful stuff, witnessed some production malfunction. I'm gonna give you an explanation during next tutorial. So guys, thank you once again. Note this lesson, note ID attribute, since it's a very important one, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.